President Joyce Montgomery with a year of inspired action. And did we have action on Saturday at the fun day? It was quite a success. 17 volunteer Kiwanians and 55 community partners, about 1,000 attendees. We will be giving you more information about the fun day and sharing a little video with you on June the 17th. But kudos to them. It was great. Now, on another note, we're going to pass around 3 cards today. Last week that we met, I announced that we had just heard Donna Lynch's father had passed away. Well, 2 weeks later, her father-in-law passed away. So we're passing a card for Donna, and J.C. Taylor's sister-in-law passed away. And another card is for Betsy Bohannon, who is sick, who has been in the hospital but home now and recovering from some respiratory problems. So we want to keep all of them in our thoughts. Our introspection today and our pledge is John Montgomery.
When I was asked to do the introspection today, I thought of a source that I often use for inspiration called the Treasure Chest. It's published in 1965, but it applies today, I think, as well as it did 61 years ago. The page that I turned to in particular was 12 Rules for Happiness, and knowing that we're on an timed agenda today, I thought I would short it to 6. So I've pulled 6 rules for happiness. Doesn't hurt for me to be reminded of them too, and perhaps some of you can relate to things when not going well in your day, you decide maybe I can change it. Number 3 rule for happiness: think constructively. Train yourself to think clearly and accurately. Store your mind with useful thoughts. Stand porter at the door of your mind. Rule number 4, cultivate a yielding disposition. Resist the common tendency to want things your own way. Try to see the other person's point of view. Number 5, be grateful. Begin the day with gratitude for your opportunities and blessings. Be glad for the privilege of life and work. Number 7, and it's preaching to the choir here, give generously. This club gives generously. There's no greater joy in life than to render happiness to others by means of intelligent giving. Number 10, live in a daylight compartment. This means living one day at a time. Concentrate on your immediate task. Make the most of today, for it is all that you have. Rule number 11, have a hobby. Could be nature study. It could be walking. It could be gardening or music or golf or carpentry or stamp collecting, Pegram, or sketching, Joyce, or voice culture. You've got a lot of singers here. Or foreign language, Betsy Bohannon. It could be books. Our book club meets tonight. It could be photography, Don Witt. It could be social service, the Kiwanis Club of Roanoke. It could be public speaking. It could be travel, Don Witt. It could be authorship, Rupert Cutler. Those are some samples. Cultivate an avocation to which you can turn for diversion and relaxation. Will you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which is in my nation.
Now I'd like to call Harry Zuloff up to introduce our guest.
This is his.
Good afternoon. It's so good to see a whole crowd here today. Look at all the what empty table. I don't know why. Um, we have several guests today. Uh, a number of Action Club members. I'm going to introduce them during the pancake wrap up. But I do have Kenzie Stovall, who's with Jason Poff. Would you please stand and remain standing, please? She is an intern at ServPro. She's a VCU student in bio AI major. Oh, okay. So let's everyone welcome our guest after I introduce them. Second one is Jason Jones, who's hosted by Mike Franzese. And Jason is with SL Newsbomb Realty Company. I think I got that right. Probably didn't. And the third one is Cynthia Charles. She's with Carilion Clinic, hosted by the Hartmans. So, can everyone just welcome our guest today? You know, I really love being a member of this club. You know, Saturday down at the art festival downtown, I ran into several of my co-members here in the Kiwanis. Worked Saturday a little bit over at the nature park in the spring fun day. We have a lot of opportunities to give back to our community, a lot of opportunities to run into people at Lowe's or wherever you may be that you know. So everywhere in this city, there are Kiwanians of this club. And that's what I really like about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Harry. Now I'd like to call up Don Wilson for introduction of new members.
It's been a couple of months since I did this. Let's see if I remember how it goes. Gene Bollendorf's fond of saying, "Thou shalt not wing it." And I was all prepared to induct 3 members today when I walked in, was presented with the task of making it 5. And so I'm going to wing it. One of the nicest things we can do as Kiwanians is to invite a friend, a neighbor, a coworker, a family member, someone that we met at Lowe's, like Harry was just talking about, and bringing them to a luncheon. Let them see what the Kiwanis Club of Roanoke does and is known for, and then we got them hooked. So today, and when we do this, it's called Sharing the K, and we're indebted today to 4 Kiwanians for sponsoring 5 new members today, and I'm going to ask you all to please come up and get in front of the podium. Ben Baird is sponsored by David Hartman. David's also sponsoring Neil McNulty. McNally. Spell that for me. McNally. All right. Very good. Thank you. Paul Van Wagner is sponsored by Bill Bestpitch. Please don't hold that against me. Oh, he's going to fit right in. Hetzel Hartley, sponsored by Ken Briggs. And Tom Fitzpatrick, his sponsor is Harry Zuloff. Right. I know Ben Baird. Hi, Ben. I thought you were Bollendorf.
I get that a lot.
I bet you do. All right. Sherry or David, introduce Ben to us, please.
Okay. I am really honored to introduce Ben. Ben and I have connected over his Philadelphia connections. He grew up in Lock Haven and has traveled around the East. His father was in the Navy. And in addition, he has been a salesman. And I'm always impressed when someone owns their own business. He owned his own business as commercial cleaning. And one of his claim to fame here, he's married to our past president, Gene. They've been married 14 years together.
Yes.
And Ben has a son and daughter and 5 grandchildren. And he's an avid Philadelphia fan and also loves music.
There you go. So introduce Neil.
Okay.
Oh,
Go right on to Neil is to your right.
Neil, I've gotten to know mainly because I have a dog and we walk around the block and I got to pass Neil's house as we travel around. Neil is a graduate of University of Maryland and went to George Mason Law School and has been married to his lovely wife for 43 years. They have 2 children, 2 daughters, and we are proud to have him joining our club. Thank you.
Right here, right behind you. Oh, thank you. Bill, introduce Paul to us.
So I'm going to say it was fate that brought Paul Van Wagner and me together for the first time. Michael Brockton had sent me an email along with a few other Kiwanians and asked us to come to a master class that he was giving in Chamber of Commerce leadership group. And I put it on my calendar. I didn't think about the fact that I was in the Caribbean at the time, and there's a time difference. So I showed up an hour early, and there was already a meeting going on. I thought I was late. I slipped in. The guy who was leading the meeting asked everybody to introduce themselves and say a little bit about who they were. It was a B&I meeting. So I said, I'm from Kiwanis, and I got APAT tickets here. Well, I didn't sell any tickets, but after the meeting, Paul came over and said, I'd really like some more information. I'd really like to join the Kiwanis Club. So that was the fate. His fate in coming to Virginia had to do with living on the Upper Peninsula of Michigan for a number of years and decided when they got 70 inches of snow in November 2014, not the winter of 2014, November of 2014, 70 inches of snow convinced him that the South might be a more attractive place to live. So he ended up in Blacksburg, recently working for a roofing company as a salesperson. They sent him up from Christiansburg, where the company is headquartered, to open up an office here in Roanoke. And it's right next to Flint's on Franklin Road that some of us are familiar with, Flint's BP station. So I'm happy to have him. He's getting married on June 13 to his best friend, Bridget, and they currently live in the Wasena area.
All right, Ken.
Yes. Ken Briggs to introduce Hetzel Hartley. The story's familiar. About 2 months ago, I gave Hetzel a PayPad ticket. And the next thing you know, he showed up at our meeting a few weeks ago. He's a native of Central Illinois, Normal, Illinois, which is Twin City, Bloomington, and Normal. Attended Northwestern University for undergraduate, University of Illinois Medical School. And like you, he came south to do his residency at the Wake Forest Baptist Hospital in Winston-Salem. He apparently liked it down here. He stayed here, worked in emergency medicine, primarily down in Wilmington, North Carolina, for many years. He also joined the United States Air Force. Colonel from the United States Air Force Reserve. In 1994, he got a call to come to Roanoke to be the director of occupational medicine for Korea, and held that position for 23 years, retiring in 2017. He's married to Teresa. She goes by the name of Terry, and they have 2 sons and 1 daughter. Etzel Hartley.
I'm going to introduce Tom Fitzpatrick in a minute, but I really am not his sponsor. Mike Obrocta. Now, does anyone know where Mike Obrocta is now? Oh, okay. Very, all right. So, I would like to introduce Tom Fitzpatrick, formerly the science supervisor of the Roanoke City Schools. I say former because this
4 days.
19 more days is what so he still is. He's not okay.
Not that I'm counting.
Because of his science interest, I think he's been working on the nature park for a couple years already. Yeah. So unfortunately, well, Don, you might like this. He is a graduate of Penn State. Yeah. He's single, has 2 kids, 5 grandkids, and he's really interested in getting involved. He's one of the guys that I was talking about earlier down at the art festival on Saturday. I ran into him. He had his Kiwanis Club shirt on. You know why? Because he was going out to the fun day to work. So I think he's going to be a great Kiwanian.
All right. Thank you all. Let's get in close so Don can get his picture, and then I'll finish this thing. All right. If you all would please turn and face me. I want to, on behalf of the club, I want to welcome you to the Kiwanis Club of Roanoke. We're looking forward to having you be a part of our membership, and look forward to service projects and having lunch together every Wednesday. You've indicated a desire to join the club, and you've had an orientation about the expectations of club members, most of which is pay your dues. Right, Steve? All right. Now, since I didn't come prepared for 5, I'm going to do something a little bit different here. Neil, did you go to the Kiwanis Pancake Day? You did. I didn't. All didn't. Okay. Well, Paul, I'm going to give you a pair of these kitchen gloves. All right. And we wear those when we have K-Pad. And Neil, since you were just thrown in at the last minute, I'm going to give you a pair of those too. But Ben, I've got a pair of work gloves for you. Here you go. These gloves are provided, Etzel, all right, and Tom. These gloves are provided by Northwest Ace Hardware, so we want to give a shout out to them. But these gloves, when you put your hands in these gloves, when you put your little finger in, I want you to think about the big things that we do for our community through our community service projects. Our ring finger signifies the circle of friends that you're going to meet and make in this Kiwanis Club. Our middle finger stands above the others on our hand, just like this club stands above the other service clubs that are in the valley. Index finger points the way to a better community through our service projects. And yeah, there's Jim Randall's. Jim, what do we do when we finish a service project? Thumbs up. Right. So think about that when you put these gloves on when you work on our service projects. Now, I don't have the kits for everybody, but we're going to get them to you. Don't worry about it. Let's all stand, put our fingers and hands together, and welcome Ben, Paul, Hetzel, Tom, and Neil. Hetzel, there he goes. And Paul, we were counting on you. Thank you. Yeah, all right. And I'm going to take the liberty while I'm up here to do a brag because that saves me from stopping my lunch that I'm about to get. I want to, last weekend was Memorial Day, and Memorial Day is the day we remember veterans who didn't come home. It's different than Veterans Day. Veterans Day is when we honor all veterans. But I especially want to thank all of the veterans that are here. Gary Durek helped me at Evergreen's Memorial Day ceremony. John Montgomery stood in for somebody at the last minute. That was really appreciated. Bill Bestpitch, I know you're a veteran, and I want to recognize you and all of you veterans. But I have here a $200 brag for the Kiwanis Foundation of Roanoke for all the veterans, living and gone.
I want all the new members that got a packet, that inside your packet is a checklist of things you do in order to earn your permanent badge. So I just want you to be sure you're aware of it and that you have your sponsor sign off on it when you get it completed. All right. Mike McAvoy.
Thank you, President Joyce. Again, Mike McAvoy, and I'm here on behalf of the nominating committee. And if you all recall, a few weeks ago, we presented a slate of officers and directors for the upcoming Kiwanis year, which starts October 1st. Our last meeting, we took nominations from the floor, and there were none. So today we will be voting for the slate of officers, and I'll present those in a second. I would like to note that we have a quorum based on the membership in the room today. And I also want to thank all the directors that are still on the board, and especially the outgoing directors and Gene Bollendorf, who will be leaving as an officer. Thank you all for serving in a leadership role. Really appreciate it. So the slate of officers, how about a round of applause for them? So this year's directors that are nominated are Melissa Woodson, Randy Myers, Jason Poff, and Steve McGraw will be filling a shortened term of Jeff Vick, because Jeff will be moving to an officer position. He will be our incoming vice president. John Montgomery is our more than able secretary treasurer again this year. Reef Kessler moving into the president-elect role. David Hartman will be our president next year. And Joyce Montgomery gets the best job in the club, immediate past president. So with that, I'd like approval of the slate of officers for the upcoming Kiwanis year 26-27. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Congratulations, officers and directors.
Speaking of new officers, there's an officer training Saturday in Lynchburg. Book club tonight, 5:30 at Crystal Spring Grocery. Officer meeting tomorrow at 10:30. Board meeting Monday at the Water Authority. New member orientation Tuesday, noon at the Water Authority. The SLP committee will meet next week at 1:40. Now, Betsy couldn't be here, so she's asked me if I would make the announcement for backpacks. It's kind of hard to believe it's that time, but these are on your table. to sign up for helping buy backpacks. If you got to look really good because she used last year's, but they went up some. So they're $40 a backpack. School starts early in August, so they have to start now trying to gather up everything, be ready for them. So we're taking names. And Sherry, would you like to come make a quick announcement?
All right. All right. Speaking of gloves, I am Sherry Hartman, and I have a pair of gloves for any of you all who are able to sign up to help with our nature park. So I've called them the Nature Park Nurturers that we need volunteer help with. What we've done in the past each summer is we sign up for a week if we're able. You can sign up with a partner. I kind of recommend that. It works better, I think, to have two of you all there to lug about 100 feet of hose from the school to the garden. That's a main thing. If you don't get rain your week, we do need some water on the garden. If you're so inclined, we would love for you to tackle some of the weeds as well. So there's a sign up sheet on your table. If you could look at your calendar, see if there is a week when you could help us out, and then just print your name next to the date of the week when you could help be a nature park nurturer. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. Also, I'm overstepped it. And how could I? It's a fun committee event. So, June 27th, the fun committee is having a gathering at Stony Brook Winery. So Andre is back at work with her Andre Fun. So thank you for keeping us going. Just for time, make sure we have everything. I'm going to go into the program and do brag butts afterwards. If it runs tight, if you had something you really wanted to do, we will do it. So now I would like to call up David Hartman, our K-Pad guy, and Teddy.
Teddy's a past president.
Hey, come on, Teddy. Right. I can take over Teddy. You want to take over the microphone here? Sure, your mouth.
Well, I'm David Hartman. For those who don't know me, I am the president-elect, and as part of president-elect, I get to be in charge of KPAD. And I got to tell you, today I am proud to be a Kiwanian. This is a wonderful, wonderful KPAD, and I'm going to start with Eric and Mike McAvoy to do a video, and then I'll come on and talk a little more about it.
Here we go. You can sit right there.
Okay, a number of people contributed pictures and some video to this. Sherry Hartman, Eric Sitchow, Mike McAvoy, and myself put pictures together, and so we're going to show it to you, see what you think. So you ready, Mike?
A big drum and hold on. Sunday, we're born again. There's no gravity on the hill. Down the third. Well, I spent time in the Mudfield night. Oh, I took stones when the night face stuck out. Say, hey, Willie, tell the cow, and told right here, don't say so all the time now. Up down a homemade bat, and I ran. Oh, I think it's time to give this game a rest. Come on.
Ran out of song. Oh, you want me to sing? Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. There's some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I ever get back, and it's root for the White Sox, because if they don't win, that's how they play. It's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. One more time. All right, thanks.
I was thinking of the music, and I can't help but recognize Judy Clark, James Matthews, Slim Pickens, and there was a Jeff who was a voice coach for Jeff Vick, and they were wonderful music. So I really can't thank you all enough for the total club participation we had. I'm so proud, and the revenues may have been one of the best ever. We really accomplished a great deal through everybody's efforts. Now the attendance was a little down. We had some extra pancakes, and that was something we struggled with. Now I told Riff we could save them till next year. Riff thought they might be a little stale. And then my wife came up with a great idea: frisbees. We could have frisbees. And then Amy suggested the Rich Jacks could use them as bases. But then, guess what? Amy had them for dessert today. Actually, that's a joke. Amy cooked fresh pancakes today, and which was really wonderful. We were able to give it to nonprofits, the Rescue Mission, and other groups in town. So I think we really helped out. We made great revenues. We're going to have a lot of grants to give out this coming year. I'm so proud of our club. As I said, it's a proud day to be a Kiwanian. Now, we had some wonderful, generous sponsors, and I'm going to mention recognize. We had Carillion, and there's Cynthia Charles, who is now head of the marketing. And does she want to come up and we can present her a plaque? We're also going to try to course her into being a corporate member as well. Thank you, Cynthia. Her father, hey, her father was a Kiwanian, so this is right up her alley. And then Haley Toyota. I don't know, do we have someone from Haley Toyota? Chuck Baker has always been a tremendous supporter of Cape Cod. Okay, but we have a plaque for them, and we thank them greatly. Surf Pro was very generous. Jason Poff, do you want to come up and accept a plaque? Thank you. And Fox News, David Points, if you want to come up. Fox News gave some in-kind opportunities for our PSA. And in addition to Fox News, Jean Bondorf did a spectacular PSA. She is really talented at doing that.
David Points up.
David, thank you so much. What a generous. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it very much, Dave. And then the Ridgeacks. We want to thank the Ridgeacks. We had two great pitchers that were there. My granddaughter fell in love with both of them. She said, "quote They were really hot." I don't know what you meant by that. Anyway, do we have anybody from the Ridgeacks? If not, Amy, I'm sure will come up. But they were so kind and generous, and hopefully we can tap into them next year. Amy's on her way up. Amy, what a great connection. Amy did such a great job, as she does every week. Okay, I am going to step aside for Harry. We have so many volunteers, and all of you were very involved, but we have the Action Club and Circle K and Key Club. So, Harry, do you want to come up and recognize?
Right, turn it over.
Yeah, I dropped that. I missed it. Thank you. Okay, is there a next slide there? The Action Club. Now, many of them, maybe all of them that worked at KPAD are here today, and I want to introduce every one of them. So, Amy Parker, would you stand up? And Dana Roby, okay, he's sitting right there. We have John Fouts and Robin Fouts. Yeah, they were in the pictures there. James Harper, if you'd stand up. Robbie Hairston. Let's see who else is there. We've got Sarah Ross. And I know there's Ricky there, but I don't know his last name. There. All right. All right. These individuals have been there every year on Friday, putting all the sausage out on the, they're Saturday serving drinks and whatever. So really appreciate the Action Club. John Worley. Did I forget you? There he is. Okay, he's there too. Oh, I'm sorry. Now, I also would like to introduce Chris Woodrum right here. He volunteered, and he's talked to our club before. So Chris's coffee and custard. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. So we also had volunteers from the Roanoke College Circle Kiwanis International. I believe we had about 9 volunteers from that organization. I don't know that anyone is here today. Key clubs, as you all know, if you've worked KPAD, you know how valuable the key club members are. We had 84 key clubbers that filled in all over the place. Want to do a shout out to Ram House. A couple of the Ram House people came over and helped us in the kitchen. So thank you, Melissa. And then the club members. I counted 53 club members or friends, and there could have been a couple of friends in there that worked. So about a third of our total club membership volunteered on that day, and many of you volunteered for multiple spots. They were there on Friday, they were there on Saturday. So anyway, I just want to say really appreciate everyone that volunteered. I was getting a little bit concerned. I don't know why, because it went off like a charm. Thanks so much.
Well, I want to recognize 2 individuals. Mike Francie is Rookie of the Year. And I just want to say this is a guy who's a recent member, stepped up to the plate, and provided incredible leadership. Thank you so much, Mike. You were wonderful. I had an interesting experience at the end of Cape, and I went down to the kitchen and checked in to see how it was going. You know, that's not the glorious or glamorous part of Cape Cod. And I ran into Ben Spiker. I said, Ben, how are things going? And Ben said, you know what? We're having a great time. I would have recognized Ben Spiker as the unsung hero. Congratulations. Oh, he's on Zoom. Okay. I'm going to turn it over to our wonderful ticket sales, Jeff and Lois.
So if you're looking for wonderful, you have to be looking for Lois. I'm just here to help announce some of these great awards. So we had several categories in which to compete this time around, but those categories really are just part of the big picture, right? We're one big team. Nonetheless, since we break down into teams and since we were tracking sales by team, we had 3 possible things that could be won in that potential area. One of them was the pennant winners, and they're the winners of what we were calling the golden spatula, but actually it's the golden glove. And the winner this year is going to be the cleanup batters, captained by Mike English, and here, I'm sorry, Steve English, and I've got it right. I've got it written on your pen, Steve. So why don't you come on up and accept your award, please? Yeah. Thank you. Congratulations. All right, Steve. So this award was given out to the most consistent team in terms of ticket sales through the pennant race. Steve's team continued to provide great sales week after week thus earning them the pennant. In addition to that, also super important was, next slide, please, the home run derby. So this was both a team and an individual effort. And the winner of the home run derby was Reef Kessler's Sausage Swatters. So come on up, Reef. I see Reef today. There he is. Good job. Good job. Thank you. Now these awards are suitable for framing. If you'd like to do that, we're going to leave that up to you, and I can help you with that if you approach me later. Also, the third award has to do with home run derby as well. Next slide. So the winner of the home run derby on the individual level is the Sultan of SWAT himself, Babe Ruth Cutler. Cutler, 35 home runs. This group is your award, which we'll say for you. There is also a special award that was handmade to you by Mr. Aubin from the wood of a bat that was broken with the Salem Red Sox. So Mr. Aubin milled this down and fitted it up, and it's got all kinds of baseball symbology on here, also in recognition of the fact that Roop is a terrific writer. Hopefully he'll get lots of great use with this award. We will get this to you, Roop. We love you, and thanks a lot for your competition, for your contributions this year. There's one more award before we get to this next one, and this award is for the person that was literally seen all over the place, whether it was at KPAD itself, whether it was setting up our buffet, baseball-themed buffets, whether it was giving us encouragement and recruiting Ridjacks to come to the KPAD meeting. Our utility fielder or utility player of the year is Amy Carter. Great. Okay, next slide, please. All right. So we are going these are our individual contributions over $400. Everybody that's on this slide will go into a drawing for the former Red Sox swag that we've set aside, as well as a gift certificate to let's see, Albemarle Cafe. We'll take care of that, and we'll let you know who won. Next slide, please. So we also have, and these people also will participate in the drawing. These are the team at the top and others who contributed significant amounts. Go ahead and get that up there. So the team at the top and others within the next range will be invited to enjoy, plus the winners of the Home Run Derby will be invited to enjoy a game from Don Wilson's box at Salem Field. This will be based on RSVP, and we'll work this offline as well. So I just want to say thank you to everybody. If you were to look at our final numbers, you will see what this all added up to for the club and for our community. Next slide, please. And the total revenues for this year: cumulative advanced sales, $49,608. Next. Sponsorships, $12,000, and additional revenue, which includes the 50/50 tickets, which includes sales at the gate and other things like that, gets us to a total of $62,688. This obviously is before expenses. We're still working on that. We don't have an exact final number. John is on top of it, though. And that gives us a total budget for the service budget for next year. And we believe it will exceed. Next slide. $44,000 to send back into the community and give as scholarships. So congratulations, everybody. Thank you to our sponsors. Now, while I was working on membership stuff, I used to say all the time, you bring the guests, we'll do the rest. And you new members see what we can do together, the power of 45, 50 Kiwanians working at KPAD, as well as the whole club selling tickets. We'll do better next year. We have some specific strategies, and we'll get to that in due course. So thank you very much. Y'all did a terrific job. Thank you very much.
Well, again, I thank you for a very successful experience. It was truly an honor to be in charge this year. But I want to just say that when I say I'm in charge, I had just wonderful leaders. And at this minute, I want to make a personal recognition of some of the key leaders, and I'm probably hopefully not missing out, letting out other people, but everybody played such a critical role. But for example, number one, Jeff has just done a spectacular job with tickets. Thank you, Jeff. Lois, you did such a great job. Thank you. We have a little something for you. Mike McAvoy is awesome. Mike leads with this very solid, patient leadership that I truly emulate. He's just wonderful. Mike, thank you so much. Amy, behind the scenes, was so busy getting us with the Ridgeacks, getting us involved in so many, and giving me this shirt. I thank you, Amy. It was wonderful. And thanks to your partner, Harry. Harry came up very nervous. I don't know if any volunteers, but we got a spectacular job. Thank you, Harry. And of course, Eric Daniels, thank you for the video. Thank you for the signs. Thanks for all you've done. You've always been there and been a stable leader. And finally, Donna Lynch. And Donna Lynch, I don't believe is here. She's had several losses. She's on Zoom, but Donna is just amazing. He is like a computer. She's got it all in her mind, how things work out. She's quiet, brilliant. Thank you, Donna, for all you did. Thank you all, Kiwanians. Thank you so much.
Thank you, David, for a successful KPAD. Now, if anybody has a brag, we have just a few seconds or so. Please come up. All right. I got to take her.
Gosh, it's really hard to follow the pancake breakfast wrap up. So you might think I'm up here bragging on my husband who just joined today. I am not. You might think I'm up here bragging on our anniversary, which was yesterday. I am not. I am going to brag on Andy Stone and Marjorie Stone. Last night, Ben and I went out to eat for our anniversary, and we planned to go to Cafe Asia. When we got there, there was a big sign on the door saying they're closed on Tuesdays. So we had a think, and we decided to go to Kabuki. In all the years we've lived here, we never have been to Kabuki. We go, and Andy Stone sees me and gives me a shout. And Marjorie was there with him and their family, and they were celebrating a birthday. At the end of the evening, Marjorie gave us 2 pieces of birthday cake for our anniversary, and I thought that was just wonderful.
I got another one.
I would just like to reach out and say thank you to the Kiwanis Club of Roanoke. May 31st has been my 10th year with Fox. And the first person that stepped up to support me financially, that gentleman right there, Don Wilson. Thank you very much. It's been good 10 years. I appreciate all of your support. I look forward to supporting you in the future in other endeavors. And 96.9, Radio Melrose is your jazz station. Thank you.
All right. Seeing that there's not any more. Oh. Is it Teddy or is it Dave? Because that makes a difference.
All right, David, here you go. All right.
My brag buck is to my wife. She really kept me on the straight and narrow. Thank you, Sherry, so much.
All right. Our next week's program is Dr. Dana Ackley, Emotional Intelligence. Sounds very interesting to me. What? Oh, John said that Dana is a former member of our club. So he'll feel right at home. All right. So I will see you next week. We've had lots of laughs, so we feel good and take it out into our community.